So, you know what I find is one of the most difficult things about being a writer and writing? It isn't the writing itself. No. I have plenty of ideas, I have plenty of stories, so I don't ever run out of those. Instead, for me, it's being in groups of other writers. Um, I've been a bookseller for over 35 years, so I've met plenty of writers. Many of them New York Times bestselling authors, a few of them good friends of mine. So I have no problem one on one with writers. It's when we get in groups, especially at a convention or um, I can't seem to get this in frame. There we go. At a convention or even in a social scene like a bar or something like that, I tend to go back and stand in the corner and listen to everybody else. Eventually, I'll get warm up to it and be able to contribute. But at that first part, ooh, it's hard for me. So that's one place that I got to work on. Um, but other than that, everything is great as a writer. But how do you get over that? How do you get over that feeling of, you know, being the outsider? They talk about the whole imposter syndrome. It's there, especially for me right now. I mean, because, like I said, I've been a bookseller for so long, so on the edge of the literary scene, and it wasn't until about 2007, I think it was, I started getting serious about my writing. Ended up getting an agent. But even then, the agent, she never was able to sell my first book. Many reasons, which I've gone through on other videos. But anyway, I started getting really serious, and things started happening just only in the past few years, especially last year with my new agent. Um, but last year, was it last year or the year before? I went to BoucherCon, and it's a get together for mystery readers and mystery writers. And the fortunate thing for me is being a bookseller. Our events coordinator arranged for me to be able to sit in on some parties, and I got to meet some authors and some editors that way. But even then, most of the time, oh great, it's a Saturday and they're doing lawn work. So let me go back inside. So back inside, I bet Stephen King doesn't have to put up with this crap. He can tell people when to mow his lawn and when to have things happen. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. BoucherCon, uh, author parties, publication parties, great. Got to meet authors, got to have fun, but still hanging out in the background. I didn't know how to get in there. Um, Once a month, I attend a writing group, and it's run by New York Times bestselling author Jonathan Mayberry. And I have friends there that have books out, some traditionally, some independent, some hybrid. Um, but I haven't published a book yet. I've published several short stories, some that are coming out in some pretty prestigious publications this year, so things are moving forward. But my novel is on submission right now with my agent, and you know how anybody knows the business, it takes forever for that. We only started submitting a little bit right before the holidays because we signed in October of last year, and publishing tends to kind of shut down in terms of editors wanting to look at stuff right before the holidays. So we really didn't start serious submission till after the holidays, around the latter part of January. So it hasn't been a long time that we've been on submission, and it can take, quite a while. Usually, maybe even up to a year or so of sending it out there and following up with editors because my agent doesn't like to do a shotgun approach. She really picks and chooses who she wants to deal with, and so we're in the process of that now. But in the meantime, I'm a writer. I feel like a writer, but when I go to these get-togethers, I feel like I'm writer-ish, and I don't have that book to hold up. Have anthologies to hold up. Hey, I'm in this anthology, but I don't have the single book of my own yet. So it makes it even harder, I feel, to be able to get out amongst the other writers and contribute what I feel I should be able to contribute, even though we're both doing the same thing. So I'm still working on how to work through that. I've had other writers like Mayberry that I talked about earlier. He talks about he's an introvert, but I tell you what, he's the most extroverted introvert I've ever met. But he said he had to work at that, so that's what I'm working on also. Part of the way that helps is getting on here and posting on TikTok and other platforms. Of course, I don't get to see you, so it's easier. I don't have you staring back at me. I know you're out there, at least a few of you, a few views. Anyway, so I guess what I'm making this is two reasons. One, to let people know that are in the same situation, hey, it's okay. We're all feeling that way. But also reaching out there to other authors and asking you, did you go through this? Are you going through this? Do you continue to go through this? And what is the best way that you combat it? What helps you, put yourself out there in these situations and become a part of the conversation? To put aside your natural inclination to be an introvert. I really like some help on that. I ask my friends, they always give me advice, but I like to hear more. I need all the help I can get. But that's about it for this post. I hope everyone's doing well this weekend. It's a Memorial weekend. Here in San Diego, it has mercifully dropped back down to the normal temperatures, which is in the 70s. And aside from a over exuberant gardener outside with his blower, it's nice outside. So I hope all of you are getting a chance to get out and enjoy the weekend. For those of you that are going through some of that wacky weather, like in the middle section, I hope you guys are doing okay. I know I can be. I grew up in Florida with some really nasty weather. I lived in Ann Arbor for 10 years, and we had nasty weather up there also. San Diego's about the most calm place I lived in. We've only had a few earthquakes, and none of them that actually caused any problems for me. Weather-wise, it's a wonderful place. Expensive place, but a wonderful place. So anyway, have a great weekend. If you're writing, I hope you have some good writing this weekend. Remember that good writing also needs to be supplemented by good reading. We learn by reading as we learn by writing. So make sure you're doing that as well. These posts that I'm doing, I want to do more posts, especially in my post of a writer and his dog, because I really like having my dog profiled on here too. And I know that everybody loves to see dogs, so as I'm about to log off here, I'll just give you one last view of my buddy Jeeves. He's my writing partner. And I hope you have a great week. Be kind out there. Take care of each other. Take care of the animals out there. Hey, adopt, don't shop. And have a great week. Hey, buddy, you want to go outside? You want to go outside? Let's go outside. Let's go out to the patio. Come on. Yes. Gonna survey the neighborhood? What's out there? Say hello to everyone. You move too much. You move too quick. There's nothing in there for you. No, there's nothing in there for you. Gonna say hello to everyone? All right, where are you gonna go? All right, gonna go back inside? All right, say goodbye to everyone.